interested, or to accuse the president of having commercial interests involving diamonds and gold, that truly would be hearsay and would be wrong.
I think you stated as much. That is
I said, Fred, I was very clear. It is according to the Sudanese Government Council.
Yes.
I did not say that that is what I believe or that is what it is not my proposition. I said it was quoted by the Sudanese governing council.
And it's part of the claims.
So they are not my words.
Leading to the recalling of the emblem.
Yes.
But if we may draw a parallel, Poghisio, with what's happening in the DRC and the same kind of criticism towards President William Ruto's handling of the same, there's the issue of the other foreign leaders that the president talks about. On the DRC crisis, he came out and said he had talked to the French president, Emmanuel Macron. On this Sudanese one, he came out himself and said he had had a conversation with the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. And one wonders, the president is so quick to reveal how he's talking to these other people and not talking to the Sudanese government?
It is actually, if I may say, it looks to me like a weakness on our part. In our diplomatic sector, that and whoever is the advisor for the president on that is because you can't afford. Most analysts say that this cost us our AUC seat, chairmanship, partly because by speaking to some of these foreign entities and foreign leaders. Just about the time when you're campaigning for your AUC seat, offended other countries, offended some countries. And when those countries were offended, they definitely influenced how we voted. And would cast a shadow over our reliability as friends, as a country. And so I think sometimes we may not be that we may not be that experienced in handling some of these things. Maybe those are the people who have been advising the president. But I'm just thinking that William Ruto has a chance. The president has a chance because he has been made at that. It's literally a very new president, okay? Mm-hmm. But being made the chairman of East Africa Community, and at the same time is being actually recognized as an African leader and being given international attention, does not mean that you have, every time you speak to an international leader, that's what you actually tell the world about, that I've spoken to so-and-so, because you might offend. Some of the things you speak about are not necessarily for our consumption, So I do believe that the weighing in by so many international players indicates to you how important Kenya is on the geopolitics, how important Kenya is on the African map. Kenya being like the center here. There are about 3-4 centers that are of interest to international community, and Kenya is one of them. So the leader in Kenya must always try and be the balanced one, the one who does not allow himself to be drawn into certain sectarian issues. Take, for example, this case we're talking about. The leader in Sudan, in Khartoum, is actually General Burhan right now, because he's the one now who's controlling Khartoum, and he's the leader of the government, the military-led government. And when RSF leader comes around, what is he in that government? Is simply there's a fighting group, right? And he doesn't have a very good history. A lot of people get actually scared that we are the ones making it look like he's representing the government of Sudan, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And even the UN has made a comment. The Secretary General of the UN has also commented on this thing. This might really make it worse, make the negotiations worse. And the whole idea is 2 generals are fighting to control Sudan. And the idea is, maybe President Ruto thinks, if I start with one side and make peace, make sure they agree to terms, I can then go back to the other side and so that whole process makes it look like we don't know, we are groping in the dark. We don't know where to start, we don't know where to end. Yes. And I think we should actually be very, very careful. The issue of DRC, for example, it's caused a problem now. Remember, at one point, we were having a peacekeeping force there. Mm-hmm. We were kicked out. We were kicked out. Which is a matter of trust. Can they trust us now? And so anything that we say relating to DRC can be put in a very doubtful manner, can be taken as if they cannot trust us anymore. So what is the president saying? I spoke to France. How many countries are offended by that statement? There are many, including our friends from West Africa, whom we needed very much to vote for us. Mm-hmm. Some of the nations actually don't want to listen or to hear anything like that. So, is it a matter of advice? Is it a matter of experience? What is it that we lack in handling this kind of matter?
Senator Maina, do you agree that probably there are questions on whether or not this administration is a bit, and allow me to use this word, naive when it comes to international relations, that they keep goofing